you toured the world. What's like where was one of the first places you went?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
One of the first places I toured overseas was London.
Yeah.
And I love London because London is kind of like seriously honest like New York. Like New Yorkers are like, you have to earn your respect here. So the very first time I went over to London to tour, it was my very first show and my very first time ever doing a quick change. So I was backstage doing a quick change and I left the DJ on. And so London, they like the type of music that they like, you know, reggae, whatever it is that they're into. And so the DJ wasn't playing what they wanted to hear. And I was backstage and I took a long time in the quick change. So they started booing. I was like, oh God, they're booing, but they were booing the DJ.
Yeah.
But the next day, you know how hard they are, you know, with their comments over there. They're real critical over there. And they were like, Mary J. Blige, she sucks, she's a bitch. Excuse me.
Yeah.
She's this, she's that. And so I took that, and I went home, and I took that. Next time I went back, I tore it down. They sat in the audience quiet. When I was done, they jumped up, and I have never had a problem over there since. So I earned that respect over there in London. I've been earning my respect everywhere I go, you know, so that was my first.
It is a different audience.
Thank you.
I remember one of my first times, I think it might have been Japan. I mean, they were just so quiet.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, these people hate this show. I was I was melting down inside. I mean, I was still giving my all. I was like, I got this run, I got this soulful note. I was trying so hard, like just anything but tap dancing. And I didn't get it until like a few songs in. I was like, oh, they're being respectful. They're so quiet until the very end. And then they apply. And I was like, oh. Yeah. But that stressed me out.
Yeah, can you imagine how I felt? And they blamed the whole thing on me. I was like, it wasn't me, though. But I had in the palm of my hands at the beginning of the show. I went to do the quick change.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
I always do this thing where I'm like, yeah, I'll do 3 quick changes. No. I don't.
Well, now I'm a master at quick change.
I do one. I do one. That's it. I'm like, I don't know why for some reason, I know why. It pulls me out. Like, whenever I'm back there, like, I'm not, like, that kind of professional. Like, I don't have that. I can't compartmentalize that, and it pulls me out. And I'm like, I was in the zone. I was feeling it, and I was like, for some reason, it trips me up.
You gotta stay in the zone, though. Like, I'm in my zone, and nobody can take me out of it. And when I'm backstage changing clothes, get out my face, get out my way. Yeah. Because my fans are waiting for me.
Yeah, and they paid good money, you know? This is like, and I was that kid that didn't have much money, so if I paid for a ticket, like, come on, give it to me. This could have gone towards, you know, lights or water. Like, how do you feel your songwriting's changed? Like over the years?
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah?
I speak from where I am in my life, you know, and that's really it, you know. Like Just Fine is where I wanted to be. I wasn't even happy when I wrote Just Fine. But it's where I wanted to be. Yeah. I wanted to be just fine. I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, be happy. I said all I really want is to be happy. I really wanted to be happy. You know, my life, you looked at my life and see what I see. You know, it's
honest.
Yes, and so, you know, now it's the same thing. Like, I have love for myself. So Good Morning Gorgeous is, like, that's a real situation. I learned to love myself. Yeah. And so I wake up in the morning, not that I thought I was Apolloni or Halle Berry. Yeah. But I would wake up in the morning with none of this. And I just started saying, good morning, gorgeous, good morning, beautiful, good morning, Mary, because I hated myself for a long time. And when people hate you more than you hate yourself, you learn how to love yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I learned to wake up before I go to the gym, say my prayers, look in the mirror, and just say, good morning, gorgeous, no matter what. Yeah. And it started to, I started to believe it. Like, it started to manifest in my heart. You know, I'm a good person. I am beautiful in my heart. It may not manifest out here, then it started to manifest outside. And I was like, oh, okay.
No, be careful with our words.
Yes, you are beautiful, Mary. And it's not all about this. It's really about this that transformed all of this. The inside transformed, you know, how I see myself. You follow?
I do, and it's incredible that you're honest about that, too, because I think a lot of people, myself included, you know, we look at you and it's just like, gorgeous, so talented, just soul for days. It doesn't matter the genre. You've sang with so many different people. It's just like, we see all of that, right? The shiny, we don't know the behind the scenes. So I think it's important for artists to talk about that, because it is a lot, you know, we love the art, but that's only a bit of it. The other percentage is you have to be able to take hits. Like, people are cruel. Like,
Hits.
people are, yeah. No, you have to be able to.
That's an understatement.
I know.
It's an overload of opinions now. So if you're not strong, like back in the days, like, we didn't have social media and everybody
God bless.
at any moment could just say anything to Janet Jackson. I mean, to some of the greatest talent in the world, people just completely disrespect when they get ready. So you have to really be strong and know who you are to not listen to the opinions of these people, because they're just opinions. I don't care what these people say about me.
Yeah.
Because it's a billion of them saying, oh, she's fat, oh, she getting old, oh, look at her, she moved.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you believe it, then that's what you want, but I don't believe it.
No,
you know?
words are powerful,
I believe what I am, you know?
Yeah, I love your feeling obsessed with them, but y'all go caroling, right?
We go caroling, and we fuss at each other because we'll say, wait a minute, you're singing on my note. No, that's your note. That's Trina's note. So we fuss a lot who's going to sing the right note.
That's why I love your family, and it's great for TV.
We fight a lot, right? We fight hard, guys. And the thing about it, we get beat up a little bit, but everyone's family go through it. It's just that ours is on TV, is being aired.
And yours is
we
funny,
love each other so much.
That, I don't even know if you remember as years ago, but that ding-along song that y'all were singing at the piano on that show, I don't even know if you remember.
Okay,
there's so
it's
many
a story,
moments.
guys. My sister Trina was crazy in love with her man, like over the top, and my sister Tamar goes, wow, he must have a gold. You're going crazy over.
So they start
We wrote
singing
a song about it.
Gold by the piano in like the most beautiful harmonies, mind you. Like, it's actually exceptional, but you're laughing and you're like, I don't know how you're accomplishing all of this at the same time, but well done. I wanted to buy the song. Gold. Gold. I was like, this is amazing. Do you remember the first time you like sang for an audience that you had, like, you were moved in a way that you're like, I want to do this?
I was a little kid and I was on the Sunshine Band. We were singing in church. I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid.
Yeah.
So I grew up singing in church. I wasn't old enough to sing on the choir. So it was all the little kids from 7 and under. Yeah. And I could never sing in the key that the kids were, because I was like a Barry White at a young age, so low.
It's amazing.
I don't think I could understand my lyrics either at a young age. You know, because no one can understand me. Can you guys understand my lyrics? You can. Thank you.
What do you mean? Do I know them by heart? Yes.
You know, my kids like, Mom, your voice is like a beautiful yawn.
Your voice is like the most amazing cello I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My kids, I mean, they prefer Rihanna and you.
Whatever.
I'm like old school to them.
That's because we're cool, but not you.
They're 12, they're 22.
Yeah, I'm like, no, your voice is, that's what's so cool is I feel like, not to diss a lot of us, but I feel like we could be interchanged on songs. Some of us, like we're talented singers, but we could be interchanged on songs.
That's true.
Ain't nobody got what you got.
Well, you either, Mommy. What are you talking about? You are the original idol. I voted for you a couple times.
Oh my God,
I called a couple times.
Knew who I was. No, but that's just something special about certain people's voices. That it's like, oh, that's like, it's like Anita Baker. Anita Baker, is that one of your influences?
One of my influences. I love Anita Baker and Michael McDonald because I could sing like them.
I love him. I had him here and I was so excited.
Michael McDonald.
I did, and he sang in here and I heard it.
Did he kill it?
So yes.
Oh, that voice.
Yes. It's one of the ones I grew up on as well. But I hear that you have the funniest, I've never heard of this and I want to try it. But what do you have before you sing? Tell everybody.
Okay, this is a true story. I have 4 gummy bears before I perform.
In my whole life,
Anything. Not those gummy bears, guys. Not those.
And I get out there and I'm like,
okay, right. Exactly. I didn't do the herbal refreshment, but the regular one.
I can just imagine you like the Willie Nelson version. All your songs are slightly slower.
Right.
It's like,
Baby, I didn't love you.
Oh my God.
Very Willie Nelson. Yeah, no, nothing like that.
So wait, what are you excited about? Do you like getting on the road? Do you like?
I love the road. I love the bus.
I love the bunk.
You too?
The coffin.
Because
sometimes they put you in the bed at the back, which is nice.
That's
but sometimes
nice.
I miss the coffin.
You want to be closed down.
Because it's like it's a weird thing to call it, but it does feel like you get the best sleep ever, like you're a vampire.
I agree.
Yeah.
I could be in the middle. Which one you like, the bottom or the top?
I like above the wheel.
The middle. Oh,
The wheel. Yeah.
Really?
If they
The bottom?
Yeah.
You
Well,
like
I don't want
that?
to climb.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
want
want to climb.
Yeah, there's a little climbing. I'm 5'1". I'm 5'4" today.
Yeah. Not today. I'm 5'3". Not that further up. I love being on the road though.
Me too.
It's staying healthy can sometimes be a little hard with everything going around.
Everything going, yeah. But
Yeah, especially for you. Do you get nervous about that?
I get nervous when you talk about when I go on stage.
Yeah, or just like traveling in general. With lupus, not the death.
Sometimes I get a little nervous, but I kind of have doctors in all the cities I go to.
Smart.
So if I need anything or need a good IV really quickly or a shot of that steroid, so if you see my face or see my button is really big, it's the steroids.
Yeah.
I'm not on them right now, as you saw when I walked in.
I was like, you're like,
no booty at all.
Whatever you're doing now is working. Yep. Your first big tour was nearly 30 years ago? 30 years. Okay.
12.
So what's different for you? Because it's different for me now when I go out and do shows. I'm a different vocalist, a different
part of my life.
Person.
A grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
Can I say the
Yeah, grown-ass.
Okay.
Say it.
Yes.
Full chest. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I feel that as well.
Yeah.
It's more peaceful for me. It's more calming. Yeah.
The songs I sing about now, I've actually experienced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those songs like Unbreak My Heart and Another Sad Love Song, all those things. I did a little bit, but through Puppy Love, you know what I mean? I was fresh from college, straight to the music business. I was 22 when I got signed.
Yeah.
I've been trying for 10 years to get here, and I'm a PK, so singing in church. I wasn't really exposed to life. When I went on tour, my mom and all my sisters were on tour with me.
Yeah.
So I never really got out there and dated, or my whole life I didn't do that. Was that too much information?
No, no, that's all right. Most of my favorite singers, they all came from the church background. I come from the church background too. I just think that there's something different about people that I love your voice, always have, and there's something, do you agree? I feel like there's something different, and maybe it's because when you're in church, they don't really allow you to take the credit. It's like you're giving it to God, right? So, basically you're taking yourself out of the equation to where you're just doing it for the art of it, right?
Absolutely. And the thing about church, I say this all the time, there's so many wonderful, great vocalists, singers out here. I mean, it's a sea of people. But something about that training that comes from church, it's like a whole nother level when you listen to vocalists like yourself. And so many others, Whitney, the list goes on. And there's this thing I don't think you could teach. I don't think it's something that you can manufacture. It's just it's this thing that just happens when you have that training from church. It's first and foremost, it's about connecting with a spirit that you can't manufacture, you can't fake. People that are in there, when you're singing to them and you're watching them and you're connecting with them and watching them react, that is a natural, full, natural reaction. And you do that enough in church, when you're out here and singing and carrying on with your career singing, you realize that you can see how many people you're connecting with, even on that side of things, simply because coming from that background.
Isn't it funny? Because we'll watch singers sometimes, it's like, man, you're hitting all the notes and you're doing it well, but I don't buy it. Like there's something not authentic about it or not believable about it. It's a weird thing. But I find that most people that, grew up in, any kind of spiritual environment, when you have to be outside of yourself, it's not about you, it's about something bigger. I think when you take yourself out of the equation, it leaves room for something else, you know, that
someone
happens,
once
that
said
magic.
it's the old saying called "Let go, let God." When He takes over, and you open my mouth for me when I'm performing in my show, there's not a show that I do that I don't acknowledge God. And there's a moment in my show that I don't care what happens, it goes wherever it goes. Sometimes we go so far left that the place is on a different plane, a different level, and it's just going, and we have to wheel ourselves back in to get back into the concert mode. But I do it simply because, my dad was a minister, so that's where it all started for me. So I'm like,
so you didn't have a decision, you were in that pew.
Oh, let me tell you. My dad didn't play. All of my brothers, we all used to sing, but they used to put me out front and make me sing, do all the lead. So I look back now and decided and think about how they forced me, because I was the youngest, pushing me out front. Now I look back at them and I laugh at them and I go, ha, 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 how you like me now?
Now you're like, I was nervous then, but look at me now.
Look at me now.
I'm shining. And then you went off and did 8 solo albums, right? That's incredible too. So you like that a little bit more, doing the 8 solo albums?
No, it's a balance. Even when I joined the group LSG, I'm one of those kind of guys, I'm a Gemini, first of all, don't y'all say a word.
I love Geminis. Jason and Jesse are both Geminis. I love Geminis.
Twins.
Yes.
How many of us have them?
Yeah. My daughter's one. Boy, is she. I love Geminis. Yeah.
So, but it's just that I'm used to being creative, doing things. I don't want to be stuck in a box. I don't like to be pigeonholed. I want
no
to
artist does.
just create, be able to do whatever I want to do. People call me a balladeer, so I was like, well, if you think I'm a balladeer, well, check this out. Then you come with Rub You the Right Way. It's an up-tempo record. It makes people dance and get them to a point to just understand that there's no limit to me, and I don't want to be, put on the
I think that's a lot of artists. That's a lot of, it's just like, I hate
Yeah.
I hate when people do that. They want you to come out with the same thing over and over, and it's like, yeah, no, I excel at this, but like I want to do something else.
It's funny. Can I just tell you something that just happened recently? I did just shot the video from one night.
Yeah.
And I just was I shot and gave like a little behind the scenes of what was going on, and it was just to remind everybody to download the single.
Yeah.
So you could see just this little scene of these girls dancing, and oh my God, I got on social media, and everyone was going, "Oh, Johnny, you look great. You don't need them dancers. You don't need those. What are you doing with those dancers? You don't need those dancers."
I love dancers.
And I'm just sitting there going, I said, hold on, wait. Don't rush to judge. I said, this is just B-roll behind the scenes. You haven't even seen the video yet.
Yeah.
So now you guys are getting ready to see the actual video, and you'll understand why the dances were necessary and what the purpose of the dances was for.
Let art be art.
Exactly. But immediately,
yeah.
one lady said to me, "How come you're so mean?" You responded with me so mean. I said, "Listen, there might be a couple of extra chairs left on the Idol or maybe one of those other shows, but if you want to be a judge, not over here. You might probably need to go over there and
I have
find
somewhere you can
figure
go.
out, yeah, but not here. Let me do what I do." I said, "Just calm down."
Yeah.
Calm down. So
Sometimes you get voted off the island. Sometimes it happens, you know? We all got islands. Anyway. I would say you have such a great body of work. I will say the one probably you're most known for is Christmas Baby Please Come Home. It's just like one of the best Christmas songs I've ever heard in my entire life. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And honestly, my song, Underneath the Tree, I based off of the vibe of that song. I'm sorry to say, but I did. Because I was like, it's my favorite. And I just love that whole wall of sound. And it feels like what you want to be listening to when you're shopping or wrapping presents, or it just gets you in such a great, like your voice is the voice of Christmas, and it makes me want to be in the spirit of it. It's just powerful.
What was really great about that song when we recorded it was, what's great, it's good, you know, oh, that's a great song. And I don't know if everybody knows that Cher was on the background of that song.
She told me that here. she came here and we talked about it. I was like, what? And then she got you to sing. She asked you to sing on hers.
Yes.
Yes.
It was amazing because when we finished the song, everybody was like, wow, that was great. And then President Kennedy got assassinated. So Phil called it back off the market.
Yeah.
And it didn't come back out to maybe 3 or 4 years later. And then it took its time getting to where it is today.
Which is crazy because in my lifetime, like even when I was a kid, like I just remember that song as Christmas. Like
Yes.
that's one of my biggest staples in my life, like pop culture speaking.
The greatest thing about that is when I was doing a show at the Bottom Line in New York, and we were called the Leader of the Pack, and Paul Schaefer played Phil Spector in the play.
Yeah.
So he invited David Letterman down to see the show. And on David's show that night, he said, we got to get that girl on the show. He didn't even remember my name, but that was okay.
Yeah.
He said, and I went to they wanted me to come that night to do the show, but I couldn't do it. And he said, we're going to have her on here. And I came on there that one time, and I thought I was going to do it just that one time. I did it for 28 years.
Which is kind of another reason why I think it became a staple. Yeah.
They actually started remembering me. And I guess they figure, if she can sing that song this good on David's show, we're going to hire her. And I started doing 1 or 2 shows in New York, here and there, not a lot. Yeah. But the more I did David's show, the more popular the song became, and the more popular I became. Yeah. Because they started hooking me up with David and Paul Schaefer.
Yeah.
And then when we were together, that just made it bigger. I had people on the street would stop me and say, it's not Christmas until we hear you sing that song.
I know. And
it became a thing.
It came from something so pure, too. Like, just seeing you, being inspired by you, having you on. I love that. It wasn't something forced or some kind of industry thing that was made up or molded.
No, you know, because I went through a really bad time in my life when I couldn't get any work because I was singing background all the time. Yeah. And I was doing any work I could get. I had 3 children, and I needed to support them. Mm-hmm. So I had a girlfriend that had cleaners. I cleaned at her place. Mm-hmm. I had ladies that wanted me to clean their houses. I cleaned their houses better than anybody probably that ever cleaned their house. Yeah. Because I was good at everything I tried to do. I wanted to be the best as what I was doing. Yeah. And I was cleaning. That's a lesson. Yeah. I was cleaning this.
People don't know or see that part.
No, and I was cleaning this lady's bathroom, and I heard the song coming down the hallway, and it was Christmas Baby Please Come Home, just on the radio. Yeah. And I looked in the mirror and I said, okay, Lord Jesus, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And from that day to this day, whatever I had to face, I never faced it. That's back here.
You're incredible.
That's how you know when you're doing your best, doing what you love to do. And I know I had this because I would always do it in church.
Yeah.
But I had to go where the music was taking me. And I believe music is music, whether it's gospel music, jazz, blues, whatever it is.
As long
it's
as it has
music,
soul to
and
it.
it was given to all of us. Some of us just use it.
Yeah.
Like I did.
No, agreed. And I've got to talk about this because I'm actually dumbfounded. Like, okay, the soundtrack is incredible. All the singing is incredible. I just found it amazing that you're not only a great actor, like you sing really well.
Oh, you're too kind.
I'm not being kind. I'm not being kind. I saw your thing went viral, the Free. Is that the song you did? Yeah, the cover.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Well, I can't sing K-pop. I feel like K-pop and EJ's range, the belting, like that's just something that's
She's incredible. Yeah,
she's
incredible.
so incredible. So I
But
feel
you're
like in
great.
animation, we get that, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. I mean, I love to sing. I
Yeah.
don't ever really call myself a singer. I say singing is like my creative playground, and I love music. I love what it does for me. Also, by the
Girl.
way, I just have to say, you have been such a big part of my life, like because of you, since you've been gone. It is literally all through
thank you.
my 20s. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I love you so much.
Oh my God, I'm a contagious crier. Don't do it.
I know, I'm
do
so
it.
sorry. Guys, I'm literally
start bawling.
holding everything in right
Yeah.
now to be so cool and professional, but literally I've like manifested this. It's been my dream to meet you, and I like genuinely, like all my friends will say, all I ever sang growing up was Kelly Clarkson. Literally, like you are, like you're just absolutely the best. I love all your songs. I love all your lyrics.
Well,
just everything. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I feel like I can't even look at you.
No, thank you, but I'm never gonna leave you alone. I feel like you could have a whole separate music career. You're really good, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's just so wild. It's like every time I make music, I end up on a show and then the music gets shelved. Like I wrote a whole album during the pandemic and I have like 5 music videos that are like fully completed, just waiting.
Give it to us.
But I'm just like finding the time to do it. And who would have known K-pop Demon Hunters took off like this? I was initially planning on releasing some music this fall.
Okay.
But then I like missed the moment because we were so busy, and then I went
Because
off
you
to
had the
film 2
most
movies.
famous show in all of the lands. It's such a problem.
I know. It feels weird coming out of my mouth, but yeah.
Look, I'm gonna show you people what I'm talking about. This is a little of the tape. This is a little of the tape. No, watch this. Watch this.
Why does it feel right every time I let you in? Why does it feel like I could tell you anything? All the secrets that keep me in chains and all the damage that
Pretty. Oh my God. The verses too. You gotta check it out. And those
Thank you
verses,
so
it's
much.
like I love where you go in the chorus, but in those verses where your voice lays, it's just so pretty. And everybody involved with K-pop, like the whole thing, Huntrix, like it's Demon Hunters. I know the whole thing. I've seen it a billion times. But like everyone involved is so gifted. It's just such a great
talented.
crafted, like it looks like it's like comic book kind of like, but then it's like it's funny. It's like really talented, great music. It's really. Have you seen it? I'm calling you out.
Yes, I have, and it's incredible. Yeah.
It's all right. I wouldn't have been offended if you said no.
No, you'd just be
How
like
can you escape it?
one
How can you
person.
not-
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like there's like 3 people
there
who
are 3.
haven't seen
Yep,
it.
there's
Yeah.
a total of 3.
Yeah.
No, it's because it's so good. It's fun. It's different, and it's just I love when something's done really well too.
Yeah.
Like it's what it is, and it's done so well, and we've seen it so much. And the characters have helped so many kids. The film even inspired Halloween costumes. They were crazy this Halloween. What does that feel like?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Like a bunch of little yous going around.
It's incredible. Like my phone was blowing up. I feel like it still is. I'm getting like birthday parties, K-pop Demon Hunters, so many roomies, and I was shooting a movie in Bangkok, and even in Thailand, the streets were like filled with K-pop Demon Hunter kids. And so just to know that this is so global, and again, bringing so much confidence to so many children and people and humans. Again, like the movie gave me confidence. Rumi made me feel young and powerful, like I could do anything. Whereas I feel like maybe in my 30s I got a little jaded and thought that wasn't possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's for all of us. Like all the
Yeah.
different stages. And when we're young, you see the outside and you're impressed by that, or you're trying to be that. But the older you get, you're like, what am I inside? What do I really like? Who am I really? I think that happens to a lot of us. Yeah. I also got to point this out too. I just love that it was fresh. Like there's not, I love a fresh idea, like, you know, and like obviously K-pop has been a big thing, but nothing like that had been done.
Yeah.
And I know that I don't know, I haven't talked to the creators, but it's like, how hard was it to get that done? You know what I'm saying? Because it was something new.
I mean, I've heard so much, and of course, Maggie and Chris were working on this for almost 9 years. And Maggie really fought for it to be authentic and real, and again, like, that's not an easy battle.
No, but it's so...
to have 3 female leads that are not just superheroes and K-pop stars, but they're real girls. They're funny and silly and vulnerable and so layered, and I feel like we don't see that so often.
I think this so layered is what brings in the adults as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like there is a lot of depth going on as well. And I think that it's just, I don't know, it was like kind of groundbreaking for me in a sense. I really, really love it. I'm a fan.
I had this one story actually where, like, when I was coming up, when I was still in my band, I sold out my best friend to get us this gig because my best friend was Sean Lennon, and he's the son of, an incredible musician, but the son of John Lennon and Yoko Ono. And
who's that again? I'm just kidding.
So they make music. And there was this gig that I really wanted for my band, and we couldn't get it. And I was like, what if I get my friend Sean to play? And they were like, Sean who? And I was like, Sean Lennon, you know? And I was almost like, oh my God, I can't believe how quick I was able to sell out my friend. Like I was
alarming.
Yeah, I was startled by my own, like, whatever, cutthroat. But so we got the gig, but I didn't tell my friend Sean, you know, I just said like, hey, we got this really great gig. It would be cool if you got up and played, you know, like leaving out.
Yeah, totally. You're the reason why we got in.
Yeah, the entire story. So he said he'd come play the gig with us because, you know, he's my best friend. He was like, whatever. And the day of the gig, we get to the sound check and there's no sign of Sean. And this is like a big gig. And we're waiting there, an hour passes, and this is back in the days of like pagers, and I had to like, was it a payphone paging Sean, like 911? Finally, I hear back that he's gone to the Sheep's Meadow, which is a place in Central Park that people like to go to take acid and smoke weed and do a lot of stuff. It's what I did there. So I get to the meadow, and Sean is there with my best friend Max, and they're, you know, staring up at the clouds, like with a dragon eating a pizza or whatever the clouds turn into when you're on certain things. And I managed to convince him to come downtown and, you know, play the gig. But you know, I don't know if I'd ever really told him that story, like 30 years later, putting it in this book. So I remember showing it to him and being a little nervous and him just being like, man, now I understand why we were such good friends all those years. It's a sweet thing to have these moments with people so much later.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool to be that kind of honest, and it's really brave because your kids are gonna do stuff too, just to come back on that a little bit. And it's at least you can say, no, I've been there, and you could be like, this is why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is why you should maybe steer clear of this.
Yeah.
Because you like are a poster child for that, so you know, like, you know, so I think it's cool to be honest with them too and not just say, like my kid has asked me, she'd be like, have you ever been drunk? This girl was drunk. And I was like, oh.
I don't know. What's that?
I was like, you just like feel like a few times, you know? And I was like, and then I finally just started opening up and it was like, let me tell you why you shouldn't. And it kind of sparked this whole conversation though, of like, even like being out of club and not taking a drink from someone if you don't get it. It like started like, you know, positive side of that. But it is a tricky thing, I know. And it's totally gonna be thrown in your face. Enjoy that.